Today we're going to bring you footwork secrets from Kobe Bryant. Even though Kobe's retired, he's out of the game, he says he's not missing it, he's still one of the greatest players of all time for any player of any position to watch and try to emulate as far as footwork into scoring, into passing, using the pivot feet to create angles, to create separations, to create scoring opportunities both for himself and for his teammate. Whether it's getting in, shot faking and back pivoting, using the step through. If you just do a quick search of Kobe footwork, it's a thing of beauty watching what he was able to do with his feet once he picked up the ball. A lot of coaches will tell you if you picked up the ball, if you don't make a decision in a very quick split second, either getting the ball or getting a shot, you're dead and you need to get rid of it. If you watch Kobe, he shows you that with great footwork, you can still be an effective player and an effective scorer using your body and using your feet. So as we go through this series, whether you're a shooting guard, a point guard, or even if you're a big man who's watching this series, watch the footwork, add it to your game, and I promise you, if you get in the paint, if you get 10 feet in, if you master these footwork separation secrets, you're gonna be a whole lot more efficient in your moves. Our first secret is gonna be how Kobe is able to manipulate his pivot feet. A lot of times when guys attack, they always come to a right-left or a left-right. In some situations, that's completely fine. But what Kobe would do in a lot of situations is he would go and drop, and as he would drop, he would dribble as that left foot hit the ground. So if I'm here, I drop, boom, and now I have either pivot foot. So he could shake and come back on that right foot pivot foot. Or again, he took that dribble, he could shake and come back on that left foot pivot foot. So what he does is he's, again, able to manipulate his pivot feet. Now he would do that from the mid post, from the low post. You can also do it as you attack from the wing. So if you're a point guard and you're attacking to the paint, if you get here and get into that spin move and boom, pop and both feet hit at the same time, you can go either direction to get into your shots. The key is the ball has to hit at the same time as your feet. If I go right, pick up, drop left, I've established that right foot. I'm dropping, both feet are established, and I can go either way. The more times you're able to get in positions where both feet are established as pivot feet, where you can use either one, the more options you're gonna have, especially if you're able to get into the paint using that footwork. Our second Kobe secret is gonna be his ability to use the back pivot while always keeping the shot. With our first move, there's one disadvantage, and if you're an elite player, I'm sure you pointed it out. If he gets to this spot and has space, he wants to shoot the ball. So if I immediately get into my drop, I've given up that first shot option. Kobe's openly said that one of the things he tried to take from Jordan was to always keep the first shot option. So if you break down their footage, you see that rarely did Michael Jordan come, shot fake, and then get into footwork. He usually always got in that back to the basket position. Kobe took it, he emulated it, he made it his own. So while most say they're carbon copies of one another, that's something that Kobe may do a little bit better. So in keeping that first shot option, let's say he's attacking from right to left. If he goes right-left and he gives that shot fake, he can step through, or what made him famous was his back pivot, where he would seal the defense on his back. Again, the key though, and the secret to this is that he keeps that initial shot option so he can shoot it at any point. If he has space, if he gets to his spot before the defense, he wants to be able to rise and get into it. If he can't, then he again has step through, he's got his back pivot, he has all sorts of scoring options, but he never gave up that first shot option. So instead of just step through and back pivot, two options, he has shot one, step through two, back pivot three initial scoring options out of the one move. Our third Kobe footwork secret is what we call the pound pivot. If I break this down very, very simply and I was attacking to the rim, again, as simple as you can possibly think, I'm just running left, right as I get to the rim to the finish. In a pound pivot, one of Kobe's signature moves, he never stopped until he'd already picked up the ball. And what I mean by that is he would be left, left, stop. He again would establish both feet as a pivot foot, but what he would often do was come back into a turnaround. Now we call that a pound pivot because it's not a spin move, it's not a rondo fake where I step. We're literally attacking downhill, and as I step to the rim, pound, and then I pivot back to my shot. You can do that attacking midline, You could do it attacking down the lane line where again I'm pound, pivot, straight back into my shot. But the key is you're not slowing down until you've already stopped. So if you can imagine if there was a defense on my hip, they're running with, boom, pound, they're going downhill, and I could come back. If you are very elite and efficient with your footwork, again, as we said, you've established both as your pivot feet, you can fake back and then step through to the rim as a counter. Bringing all of Kobe's secrets together, showing you one move, but with establishing both, that one move becomes many. Now our last Kobe footwork secret, we're gonna call the directional pound pivot, where you can use that same move we just worked on, and if I'm attacking and I change direction, my next step would then be exploding by with my inside foot. But instead of exploding by, if that defense cuts me off, my next dribble is gonna be at and then straight back away. So I'm changing my direction, and if I'm through, I'm 1, 2, 3 into my shot. A lot of times when we work on moves and counters, if this was taken away, the only counter that's taught or that we'll work on is a crossover or a counter back in the opposite direction. I want to be good enough, and I want you to be good enough to where if the defense cuts you off, you can counter back to the rim, or you can counter away. A counter isn't always in the same direction that you're going. A counter is a reaction to the defense that puts you in a position to score. So I'm downhill, it's taken away, pound pivot, and I'm away with the directional pound pivot.